Good? Not bad? Not bad?
Not too bad.
Welcome back, man. I haven't worked with you in a minute.
Hey, what are you going to do?
We got a
Up on
busy
the
morning here. Welcome to Get Up, presented by Oral-B IO Electric Toothbrush. Greenie is missing all the fun. I am Peter Schrager, here with the great Bart Scott, the Fortenbaugh, great Dan Graziano, my man Harry Douglas. We begin with Thursday nights in Foxborough. Jets and Patriots. Let's get to the highlights. There's Braves, there's Drake Maye. They're riding high right now, but could the Jets play spoiler? Here's Justin Fields, drops back, buys himself some time. Nobody open, he decides to pull it down, pick up the first down with his legs. It looked good for Justin Fields early, Bart Scott.
Yeah, and it was the second half.
Fields takes it himself, 7-0 Jets, upset special, here we go. Until Travion Henderson started what would be a career night. Takes the pitch, and it looks like...
You had to buy a ticket for that ride? Come on, son.
They stopped him at the 5 here, Bart.
It's disrespectful.
Would have helped if like Quinnen Williams was right
Sore spot. Later in the second, same score, 7-7. Drake Maye getting fancy in the pocket, finds Mac Hollins. What do you see here, Harry Douglas?
Well, number one, it's all about pocket presence. You see a guy that feels the pressure, keeps 2 hands on the football, keeping eyes down the field. He hits his wide receiver for an explosive play. Smile, Bart.
Let's stay with that same drive here.
Inside.
First and goal from the 7. It's Henderson again. 7 yards, the score, his second touchdown of the night. Patriots are up 14-7 at the half. We go to the third quarter, same score. Patriots 1st and 10, driving. Drake Maye looking, and gets cute here. Look at that play.
Okay, Houdini.
Graz, what do you
Really?
think?
Stephon Diggs right where he needs him to be.
He always seems to be there. Great play by Drake Maye. Patriots moving. Diggs would have 9 catches, 105 yards, very quietly having a resurgent season in New England. Here we go. Maye looking. Who's he looking for? Travion Henderson, the rookie, again. 6-yard score. Patriots go up 21-7.
MVP level of open in the end zone there, Bart.
He was pretty open there.
What you talking about, Willis?
This is it. We'll talk MVP in a second here. Justin Fields, he's looking. He finds John Mechie, the new acquisition. It's on the board, but that would be it. Fourth quarter, we got the score there in the bottom left. You know how it ends, but let's show you how we got there here because...
They had snap problems all night. That was kind of...
Bart Scott, you've watched a lot of Jet losses over the last few years. This one...
I'm contractually obligated. Listen, this game was still in the balance. You know, you had some missed throws and, just some bad plays by the Jets. But, it's a measuring stick. We got a bunch of first-round draft picks. That's all I can leave on.
Okay. That might be the last we mention of the Jets tonight because it's all Patriots right now. Travion Henderson has been on fire. He's got 5 touchdowns over the last 2 weeks, and last night he became just the 3rd rookie in franchise history to record 3 touchdowns in a game, joining Sony Michel in 2018 and Rob Gronkowski, who was honored last night. Travion Henderson's performance makes it really a headline night, but Drake Maye is the story this morning. I go to Dan Graziano. There's been all this crowning of Drake Maye going into the game. Is it fair to say this guy is the MVP favorite and he backed it up last night?
I think right now he's the MVP favorite. I do. Look, I mean, we know they haven't played the toughest schedule, but you can only play the teams in front of you. And the way he operates the game, I think, speaks very highly of his abilities going forward. It's his 2nd year in the NFL. He's got Josh McDaniels designing an offense for him that has a lot of complexity to it. And he's handling it all very well. When he gets pressure, he's able to move around in the pocket. He doesn't seem rattled. He does not seem like a 22, 23-year-old. He's playing at a high level for the team that right now, as we speak, has the best record in the league.
Bart, as we're talking MVP, when you watched Drake Maye last night, do you see MVP?
No, I saw a quarterback that has a good coordinator that has designed good plays for him, but I also see a team that have, beat, players or teams with a combined record of 37-66.
Yeah.
Let's keep it in perspective. Now, I did see a very good player, but I wouldn't be surprised, I wouldn't be shocked if they win the division and have to host Kansas City, Baltimore, or Buffalo and get sent home. This is a well-coached team that's playing about as high as they could. and they have a quarterback that's not losing the game. He's able to make plays down the field, 66% in throws over 20 yards or better. That's great because that allows you to get explosives. So that means they can score. I think Stephon Diggs has become the route runner that they need, being able to move the chains and things like that to be that outlet for them. But MVP, I think that's disrespectful to Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, and Matthew Stafford.
No,
Daniel Jones. I said it out loud.
It's not disrespectful. When you look at Drake Maye and what he's been able to do so far this season, he's top 5 in pass yards, completion percentage, QBR, and quarterback rating.
He's played a Louisville type of schedule. What are you talking about?
Where'd you go to school, Bart?
I went to 13th grade. I didn't go to college.
My point exactly. But my point is Drake Maye being the orchestrator for everything. It would not be able to go if you do not have a quarterback. How many times do we talk about these organizations trying to find a franchise guy? In New England, they have their guy in Drake Maye. The pocket presence, being able to throw the deep ball, being accurate in doing so, knowing where to go on third down, thinking just like your offensive coordinator. All these intangibles, in my opinion, make Drake Maye the front runner for the MVP right now.
MVP?
Yes.
Okay. Look, you can have two conversations at once. He can be a franchise guy. He can be a fantastic quarterback, but the MVP is reserved for one guy and one guy only. You made a point earlier when you were talking about how well coached they are. That's something you have to factor in here. The turnaround in New England, who's going to get the credit in the mind of the voters? We're not handicapping a football game. We're talking about the minds of the voters. Are they going to give the credit to Drake Maye for the resurgence, or is it going to go to Mike Vrabel, who's the favorite to win Coach of the Year? If it goes to Vrabel, the voters could look elsewhere with MVP, which, by the way, Graz, I think there's a game Sunday afternoon that might have something to say about this race.
It absolutely might. There's no question about it. Look, again, I think the quarterback of the team with the best record is going to be in the MVP conversation and one of the front runners. And right now, that is what he is. And when you look, I mean, the schedule is what it is. But, like, look at the other second-year guys. We're not seeing this level of advancement. We're not seeing these guys carry their teams in big games like this. I don't know. I don't know why it has to be downgraded just because of the schedule. He's doing everything that's being asked of him.
He beat Tampa in Tampa, and he beat Buffalo in Buffalo.
There's nothing wrong
Those were the only 2 big games he had to play.
It
sounds good to me.
It's nuanced. Like, without Chris Godwin, with a battered, injured Tampa Bay team, like, come on, let's keep it in perspective, man. MVP is reserved for one of the best. Would you be surprised that he can go in and not lose to one of these quarterbacks at home?
Yeah, fair. All right, let's go.
The MVP voting will be done by then.
It's also fair as well. We've got a stack segment here. Let's start with what has you fired up, and let's go with Harry Douglas.
For me, it's Bo Nix. Can you play a complete game? The slow starts in Denver has really hurt this team collectively. I should say this offense collectively as a whole. We seen Bo Nix get booed last week on Thursday Night Football in front of his own crowd. From start to finish, can Bo Nix play a complete game and actually help his team beat the Kansas City Chiefs?
All right, Joe.
How legit is the Rams defense? Metrically, they're near the top in every single category that matters. But keep in mind, 5 of their 7 wins have come against Tennessee, Jacksonville, the Saints, the Texans, and the Cooper Rush-led Ravens. This is going to be the best offense they've faced all season. Oh, by the way, Mac Jones, a backup quarterback, just hung 26 and 400 total yards on him. If this team's going to win the Super Bowl, this defense needs to show up this weekend.
Graz?
The return of Jameis Winston.
Yes!
Start for the Giants. Jackson Dart, unfortunately, not going to be able to play this game. But for Russell Wilson, we've seen enough. The Giants turning to Jameis Winston. The range of outcomes is breathtaking with Jameis Winston. He could hang 40 on the Packers. He could throw 4 interceptions. He could do both. That's what's awesome about that. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't know if he can win the game for the Giants, but it sure is going to be fun.
And the post-game sound is always worth sticking around for.
Especially if he's eating dub.
The king of post-game sound, Mr. Bart Scott, what are you looking forward to?
Listen, I want to see if this Eagles defense is too legit to quit like Hammer. You know, you talk about Howie Roseman, what he was able to do. Did he do it again by going out and get Jalen Phillips to kind of complement Nolan Smith, who came back? It's this pass rush here because that secondary has been elite all season, but they haven't been able to get to the quarterback in the rate that they did last year. Are they back, and did Howie do it again?
Okay, let's go to that game because it's one of the premier matchups. It's such a good slate this week. There's so many good games. Let's start with that one, though. Philly, Detroit. Graz, I go to you. Do you expect the Lions offense, with Dan Campbell calling the plays, to be muzzled by that Philly defense?
I think they'll do better than Green Bay did. I think the Lions have more ways to go with their offense right now than the Packers do, and I think it's a tougher test for Philadelphia. If they can keep the pass rush off of Jared Goff at all, I think you saw last week them incorporating Jameson Williams more in the offense. I think they found a way to unlock Jahmyr Gibbs, who was kind of shut down by the Vikings the week before. You know, Dan Campbell has I think what he's telling his first-year coordinator, John Morton, is, like, we've got some guys. Like, let's make sure we incorporate them into the game plan. Players over plays. I think that is the switch you saw from the Detroit offense last week, and I do think it can continue against the Eagles.
A.J. Brown in the news, of course, for all the stuff that was said from, I guess Monday to Friday. But on Sunday, do you think this is a game where A.J. Brown can get his and make a real difference in this game?
Look, 1,000% thanks to Himbo in this stat. When you look at Detroit defensively in their secondary, they play a lot of man coverage, the second highest rate in the NFL, 57% right now. The chess piece to that, will Kelvin Shepard, their defensive coordinator for the Lions, will he switch things up knowing that they're a little banged up in the secondary? He did that versus the Cincinnati Bengals. If he does not do that, then look for A.J. Brown to have, I would say, about 8 to 9 catches for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's a lot asking for a guy who had 3 targets last week.
Which is very inexcusable. There should never be a football game, in my opinion, with A.J. Brown, who I still feel like is a top 3 wide receiver in the league, where he has 2 or 3 catches. That is organizational malpractice, in my opinion.
Did you have a problem with him speaking out like he did?
No, I did not. And here's the thing, y'all. It's okay to be thankful for winning the previous season, but not being satisfied by what's transpired this season. We all see it. We talk about it every single week. The Philadelphia Eagles and that offense not being what it was a season ago. The run game is not hitting on all cylinders. The pass game is not there. The offensive line is not the same. So I don't have a problem with a guy who cares about the game of football and loves and wants the best for his team. Like, when has that become a problem for guys to voice their opinion about something that's not going right? And I'll also take it another step to this place right here, Schrags. I look at the Detroit Lions. And I look at Dan Campbell as their leader and their orchestrator that said, man, this doesn't look the way it should look. I'm taking over play call duties.
Okay.
Now, when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, at some point, will that be Nick Sirianni, who is an offensive-minded head coach who previously called plays for the Indianapolis Colts? At some point, if it's not looking the way it's supposed to look, because at this juncture right now, I don't feel like the Philadelphia Eagles can win a Super Bowl with the way this offense is going, when you have other teams out there who have firepower offensively and defensively, will Nick Sirianni take over and say, you know what, I need to be the overseer. Let me put my team in the best position possible offensively.
That would be a drastic move considering their record. And Bart, that's what I'm asking you. Like the A.J. Brown comments, it's great for us here on Get Up and First Take, and we have fun with it because it's a real topic for us. Does it really matter in the locker room? Are the players like, dude, why are you going on Twitch and talking bad again? Why are we having to deal with these questions?
He's stating the obvious, right? The same thing make you laugh, make you cry. And listen, something happened in Philadelphia a couple of years ago, the standard and the bar raised, where the expectation isn't having a good record, it isn't winning games, it's about winning championships. And they're in this window where they have a good nucleus of young players. Howie Roseman done it again. He reloaded this roster. He's stating the obvious, right? Like, is he not supposed to say, hey, I can help? Or is he not supposed to say, we're not playing good enough to win a championship? I think the standard should be the standard. And if the standard's that high, then I want execution.
It's not Dan.
I think the other thing is, if he was saying something on Twitch that he wasn't saying in the locker room and in the building, I think then the teammates probably have a problem with it. Yep. But I don't think that's what's going on here.
No.
I think A.J. Brown has made it clear to anyone who will listen.
The parking lot meeting, they've all he's been screaming it out.
Well, he didn't get up in front of the media the next day and say, oh, it's blown out of proportion. He was like, I meant every word of it, but that's all true.
So, Graz, that's another whole ordeal in this conversation, because how many times has A.J. Brown gone behind the scenes to Nick Sirianni or Kevin Patullo and things aren't changing? So are they ignoring him behind the scenes and not paying attention to what he's saying?
Well, to your point, Dan Campbell said we got to get Jahmyr Gibbs and we got to make sure that James Winston gets the ball. Like, when do somebody stand on the table and say we got to get A.J. Brown involved?
There's also the idea that you just went to Green Bay, you beat the Packers on national television. It's
Scored 10
okay
points.
to not say anything. It's okay to let that win.
Scored 10 points.